Okie dokie. Do you want me to start with introductions?
Sure, yeah.
All right, so welcome. Thank you for hopping on. Thank you for taking your time to hop on this quick coach info call. We promise we won't, we'll make sure that we get you on and off of here. We'll answer any questions. We won't try to overwhelm you, but I'm Erica. I'm one of the leaders on our team Stronger Together. Jess and I, we kind of run our team together, and we're going to talk to you briefly about how we both got started. I was in just a really bad state of mind over 4 years ago, really struggling with secondary infertility, really, really low, really negative mindset. And I also had an injury. All I ever did was run. I thought running was the end all be all. And I also have a nutrition degree, and I've always wanted to utilize it. And I was just at a breaking point with things that weren't going right in my life. And I literally remember standing in the shower like, okay, God, I don't know what you want me to do, but I can't focus on the things that aren't happening anymore. Like in that point, it was me trying to continue having a third child. I'm like, just tell me what I need to do. And I swear it was like 2 days later, I saw Jess posting about this workout she was doing and that she was coaching. And I was like, there's my sign. I'm going to start pouring into something positive and help people, help myself, help my own mindset, because I didn't like how I was feeling and the negativity, and focus on something that I could control. And so I feel like an anomaly. I kind of started out knowing that I was going to coach, where most people start in just for the workouts and the challenge part and then start coaching. I knew I was like, I want to do both. I'm going to coach too. So I hopped in. So we literally started within like a month of each other coaching. So.
Yep. And so I love how everybody's stories are different too. So I was definitely the person who had no intention of coaching whatsoever. I really didn't even know what that was when I started. I jumped into an accountability group with a stranger I met online, because I too was feeling at a very low point. Postpartum, I was a surrogate for my sister. And while that was an amazing experience, anybody that has been pregnant before knows that you feel like your body's not your own. And when you are a surrogate, it's like to a whole nother level. And I just felt like, gosh, I feel nothing like myself anymore. I need something. And I stumbled across my now coach online. I had no idea where she was. She was in Minnesota. I was in Pennsylvania. I thought, what the heck, I'm doing this. I signed up. I went all in her accountability group. I said, if I'm doing this and I'm trying this, I'm going all in. I'm going to see what happens. I am going to drink my shake every day. I'm going to do every workout. I'm going to post in the group. I'm going to comment on other people's posts, and I'm going to see how this goes. And I totally fell in love. And she asked me about coaching a couple different times. And every time I was like, oh, I don't think that's for me. That's great for you, but I don't think it's for me. And eventually I just started thinking about it more and more, and started thinking, if I'm loving this so much, why wouldn't I share it with other people? Why wouldn't I try to help other moms who were maybe feeling as low as I was, feeling like there was no solution in that stage of life? Why not share? And so I decided to start from that point, but I was definitely a challenger first. So that's my story.
I love the story too. I love hearing how everybody kind of decided to take the plunge. And what's crazy is I was asked to coach years, so I started 4 years ago on Jess's team. 3 years before that, I think somebody asked me to coach. And I was like, no. I had all the hesitations and misconceptions that we're going to talk to you about, how that stopped me at that time and how to get over them. So you're on here, you're probably a little bit nervous and wondering like, I'm scared for this reason or that. And we're going to talk about a lot of the common ones and how we have gotten over them. So I know the first thing that probably everybody's thinking about is judgment from others. What are people going to think about me when I'm putting myself out there? And, what's crazy too is when you start this, and maybe it won't be the same for you, but a lot of times the judgment is coming from people that you wouldn't expect it to come from, family and friends. And I guess the best thing I can say is that the more you do it, it's like anything. The more you do it, the less you start to care. And if someone is, worried about you posting your health and wellness, that's on them, and that takes time, but truly it's in our heads. Like, we think that people are looking at what we're posting and judging and stuff, but I will tell you, I don't think I've ever had like one person, really be mean or really say anything. Truly, if anybody is, it's behind my back, which they're not my people then anyway. But most of the time people are thankful and grateful. And I have gotten, and I know Jess has too, comments like, I'm so glad you're sharing, or I love watching your stories. It's really helpful. Even if they're not like customers of mine, people saying that. So it's just one of those things. You just got to rip the Band-Aid off and go for it. And if you believe in the products in the community and you want to build a business, you're going to do it. You're going to do it anyway. The other thing that I know Jess and I both, and probably all of you are thinking, is I'm not a salesperson. I don't want to be salesy. And while we are in essence, yes, we're promoting Beachbody and Beachbody products, right? And the workouts. There's a way to do so in building a relationship and trust with people, that they're not really buying the product. They're going to come to you because they trust you and how you're bringing the products to the table and what you're talking about. They're going to relate to you and your story, and they're going to see you showing up consistently every day and your transformation, whether it's physical, mental, emotional, and they're going to say, oh, I want to join Jess because I know she is trustworthy and she's consistent and she believes in these products. They must actually work. So you don't have to be salesy. Yes. Do you have to talk to people and invite people? Yes, which is scary. I'm an introvert. Small talk is not my jam, but it's just kind of like the judgment. You get better at it and you start to not care as much. And the more you do it, the easier it becomes. You don't have time or you're too busy. Listen, we are all busy and we make time for things that are important. So this is just like anything else. If you want to join this community and you want to make some money and you want to help people and make an impact, you're going to make the time for it. And you do have to make the time, because the beauty of this job is you can work it around your schedule. You can put in the hours when you need to or when you want to. There's no boss looking over your shoulder, but you have to work it like an actual job. You still have to show up. So we'll talk a little bit more about how we do that, but you have the time, you can work it in pockets of your day. And again, if you want to do this, you're going to make it work. I mean, I'm a full-time teacher, 3 kids, including a toddler. And I make it work, and I can share kind of some of my strategies too, but I think you're up, Jess.
Yeah. So yeah, all of those fears I had as well. I think it's common for anybody getting started. Another one that I definitely had when I first started was thinking I wasn't qualified. I was thinking, who's going to follow me? Like, who's going to come with me and be in my group? What do I have to bring to the table? Like, I'm just, postpartum mom who used to run. Like, that's all that I have. And I think that a common misconception is that we are, as a coach, that we are the trainers, and we aren't the trainers. Like, the trainers we have super trainers, the best of the best in the industry, that are creating the programs that are on our screens. We have the registered nutritionists, dietitians on there. Our job as a coach is to encourage people. No qualifications necessary for that other than having a heart to help people. That's all that you need. And you find that as you get started, because that's what people are missing. People don't need, the best trainer in the world. They need somebody that is going to help them stick to it. And that is our job as a coach, is creating that community and creating that atmosphere where people can stay accountable. So that was a big one of mine. And then, the market being saturated, a lot of people will think that too. The market is so very far from saturated. I mean, the obesity epidemic in the United States is huge. We are unhealthy as a nation, and I'm sure all of us can think of several people in our lives who could really use what we have to offer. And it's the only thing out there where it's like, we offer the fitness, we offer the nutrition, and we also offer the support. Like, it's all in one, and that is what people need. And the market is not at all saturated for that. And then the last thing that I was going to talk about is support from your significant other. I know that there are a lot of coaches who don't have that support when they first start, because let's be real, a business like this, where you are an entrepreneur, this is not a 9 to 5. This is not something where you clock in and clock out and you get this amount of money. When you are starting a business, it is a little bit slow in the income department until you really get going. So it's kind of like the time put in comparison to the income that you get initially is not directly proportional. It is not the same as when you are doing a 9 to 5. And a lot of times significant others, especially males, that's the first thing that they look at, right? Is like, how much money are you making for all this time that you're putting on your phone? And so you have to have something bigger initially, because trust me, this is a legit business. Erica and I have been doing this for 4.5 years. We are making a very significant income, having worked consistently for that long. And, as long as you are in it for that reason and you have that conversation with your significant other, if you are loving the programs, you are loving the products, you are loving what this community is and how it's fulfilling you, have that conversation. Like, this is important to me. This is something that I'm really enjoying. This is something that I'm passionate about, and that support will come. But I know that that's something sometimes that isn't always there right away. And it's just having those open conversations, I think, is really important.
Yeah, so true. And I loved how somebody put it at our summit last week, whether it's a significant other, or maybe your parents are giving you a hard time, or siblings, like, why are you doing that? And they said, I'm not asking for your permission. I'm just asking for your support, and if you put it out there as that, I just want your support. You don't need to, I'm not asking for permission. I need you to just be there and trust that I'm going to prove that I can do this. Mm-hmm. So why do we love this job? Community. And I will say too, like Jess was saying about how we all know somebody who needs help transformation wise necessarily, right? But it's not just physical. I will go to bat and say that the people that stick with this the most are the ones that are getting the inside transformation, the emotional, the mental transformations to keep going, because it's so freaking hard. And so that's why I love this community, because so many times I don't want to show up and I just log in and I see all my challengers and other coaches getting it done and their stories, and knowing that, like, oh, she's so busy, or she's going through this and she's still doing it, And so I don't know, I just wanted to say too, like, the mental and emotional transformation and helping others through that it's, to me, trumps any physical transformation. But the community, not only are you helping family and friends, but you could be helping a stranger that you met on the internet. Like, it's crazy. Also, accountability. You're going to be more accountable to your health and wellness. If you're the coach, you got to show up, right? So you're going to be accountable to your own health and wellness. You're going to be accountable to your challengers, and you're going to be accountable to this job. It's going to hopefully then bring in a side or supplemental income. I also loved it because it is something that's just for me. It's not, it takes me out of my everyday identity as mom, everyday identity as teacher, and it is my passion project. And I love that. It's nothing else to do with, I'm doing this to help my family, but it's my thing. And I love that about it too. And financial possibilities. Like Jess said, it doesn't just show up overnight, but I am telling you, if you are consistent, I work in a position as a teacher where I know what my end career salary is already. And there is like no ability to grow. And I hate that, because it doesn't matter how good I am. It's not, and Jess as a nurse, it's kind of similar. This job, there's so much financial possibility if you put in the work, which is amazing. Like I was able to take off like an extra month when I had my third child. I helped finance a new truck to then get a new camper, like things like that I would not be able to do alone on my teacher salary. And again, it can be anything that you want it to be. You can just strictly want to coach to pay for your products, or you can make a significant income with time and with effort. And of course, Beachbody doesn't guarantee any level of success. Got to throw that in there. Okay.
Yes. All right. So another reason that I know that I definitely love it, and I think Erica can say the same, we are our own boss in this, which is very, very different than our other jobs. teacher Erica is. I am a nurse. Like, it is very much for me, clocking in, clocking out. I can't leave a minute early. Like, literally, you cannot clock out before 7:28 or you get in trouble. You know what I mean? You can't, once you're scheduled for your shift, that is what it is. It doesn't matter if your kid is the star in a play, like, you have to go to work. And that's what I love about this is, yes, it takes work. And Erica and I and all, all of the other coaches, we work hard, but we work in the time that we want to. For me, it's early in the morning. I tend to get up before my kids. I get my workout done, a little time to myself, and then I work on coaching work before kids even get up. I'm not a nighttime worker personally, so I try to do most of my stuff in the morning, but you just do it when you can. And I love that about this job. Another thing that's super fun, which many of you may have seen, are the trips that we can go on. So a bunch of us just got back from St. Louis for our big annual coaching conference. So there is one of those per year where every coach in the network is invited. Next year it's in San Antonio. So hopefully all of you will come with us and go there. We're so excited. A bunch of us bought our tickets already. We are ready to go. And that is where, we get so much training, but we also get so much recognition, and we have parties and we just celebrate each other. And that, like, I love that about this community. Like Erica said, is like, it's women empowering women, and men, there are men in it too. But everybody just supports each other, and it's just, there's no environment like it. And so in addition to that, we also have my upline coach is one of the top in the network, and she provides other retreats for us. Usually in Florida, there is a diamond retreat every year. I've started hosting retreats for our Stronger Together team once a year. That's usually in the spring. There are also Super Saturdays, which is kind of like a smaller version of that summit I was just talking about. Those are quarterly. So there's a lot of opportunities to get together, which is really fun. And it helps you, like, work harder to earn certain trips where it's like, it's a win-win. You get to earn this trip, plus your business is building at the same time, and you're making these friendships. So it's really cool. And then, of course, the main driving force with all of this is helping other women get healthier, like that. And not even just physically, like Erica said, mentally. That was a huge thing for me too, that I didn't even maybe know that I needed at the time. Like, I knew I wasn't feeling like myself, but I just thought, I just got to get fit and I'll be fine. Like, I just got to get in shape again and I'll be fine. And that wasn't it at all. And I found that out from this community. And so many of, like, our challengers and coaches, like, they say, like, yeah, I came in it to lose some weight. That's why I started. But I am here and I am still in it because of how much better I feel. And I love hearing that. And I know that the same is true for me. And that's what we get to do every day. We get to pour into other women and help them feel good in their skin and be part of this community and get paid for it. Like, it's really incredible. And then, you're never alone in this business either. So that's the other cool thing. Women empowering women. We all support each other. We all cheer each other on, but we all also share what's working for us, what we're doing. Nobody's perfect. Nobody has it all figured out with coaching. Trust me, even the top of the top coach in the network does not have it all figured out. She pivots all the time. And that's something that they talk about. But we kind of share, hey, this is working for me right now. Hey, this is the kind of challenge group I'm going to lead next month. And Maria's going to share something in our team call in a little bit about something that she's going to be starting next month that we're all going to learn from. So we all share with each other. And when you get started as a coach on this team, you are not left alone to figure it out. Like, oh, good, you signed up as a coach. Good luck to you. Like, it is not like that at all. We have new coach trainings. We have mentorship pods that we can plug you into with other people who are just getting started like you, where you can ask questions, work together, and you have leaders in the team that kind of help you get started and mentor you on your journey. So definitely never alone here.
No, definitely a lot of resources and help along the way when you're getting started, and even when you've been coaching for years like Jess and I. Okay, so how do you get paid? Yes, our mission is to help people feel good in their own skin from the inside out. But if you're going to put time into this, right, you want to get paid. So first of all, it is not a get rich quick gimmick. We kind of already brushed on that. But if you give it time and effort, there are definitely financial possibilities. And it's not a pyramid scheme. In fact, pyramid schemes are illegal, and we work for a company who really makes sure that they take that seriously and there's compliance. Like, it's literally not possible to be a pyramid scheme because they're following all these rules. And like, you could join today and you could go to the very, very top of the company. You could join today and never get paid or anything. So if that is one thing that I really feel passionate about when people say that it's a pyramid scheme and debunking. And truly, to start your business, you just join as a challenger, and there's a $15.95 monthly coach fee that we pay. $15.95. That covers things. It's kind of like an Amazon or Netflix fee, and it covers. We have a bunch of marketing tools too and resources that that Beachbody provides us as well. So it's covered within that. So it's a really affordable business to start. And there's three main ways. We get commission. So if somebody joins you, you get 25% commission on whatever they happen to purchase. Then once you start bringing on coaches who want to coach, or preferred customers who sign up for the discount, you start to earn what's called volume. We won't go into too much detail on it, but basically imagine just like a virtual piggy bank, and you are collecting this volume, and it's not something you see right away. So you have to trust the process. But after time, that volume starts to get divvied out, and you start to make money off of that volume that's been collecting in this virtual piggy bank, which is super cool. And I will say, when you start coaching, you need to make sure you keep track of your income, because it is super cool to see the progression over the years. And then this is something that's mind-blowing to me, is bonuses. I don't earn a bonus. We get donuts every so often in the office, or like maybe for lucky a Subway lunch or something. But when you reach a certain rank in this business, you get a quarterly bonus. Let me tell you, they're not too shabby. So the recognition, that's the next part here. We're talking about what we do. And Jess is going to talk about recognition, but like the recognition that you get for doing a good job, it's awesome. Okay, so what do? You know how we get paid, those three ways. Daily, you basically show up, you drink your shake, you're a product of the products. You're sharing how you're fitting these products in, why you love them, how they're making you feel. Why do you love the workout? So yes, if you are going to be a Beachbody coach, we have to use products. Like it kind of, you wouldn't, I don't know, be a work at Target and then constantly just be sharing about Walmart, right? Like you want to be a product of your product. Personal development. This has changed my life, and I think is one of the reasons I have grown so much over the past few years is personal development. I thought it was not for me at first, but Beachbody literally wants you to work on you so that you can pour even better into others and work on your mindset and your perspective. And I'm telling you, that is where the change happens, from the inside. And it's part of our job. So I don't do anything with, as far as like when I'm listening, I don't listen to music much anymore. It's all personal development. Books, I went to the library the other day, I got 2 personal development books. So we want to work on ourselves too, so that we can be better coaches for our customers.
Yeah. And then, so we have the personal development, we have being a product of the product. Those are 2 of the job requirements. Third one is recognition. So Erica kind of said, like, it's amazing how the company recognizes us as coaches, and we all love it, right? Like we get to earn different trips, we get to earn different rewards, we get to earn bonuses and things like that. But then our job as coaches too is to recognize our challengers and our coaches who are doing a good job, because everybody loves recognition, right? And it's something that most of us don't get enough of. Like Erica said in her teaching job, and me as a nurse, it is the same dang thing. Like I'm lucky if I get one year, I got like a $5 Wendy's coupon. And that was what I got for the year as a nurse. And so to be recognized for a job well done, whether it's a challenger of yours, a coach of yours, just constantly be that positive reinforcement for people. That is one of our job requirements. And then the fourth one is inviting other people to join you. That's the one that people think is scary, but just think of it, you are sharing what's working for you. Like if you found something that you love that is really working well for you, that is changing your life, why wouldn't you share it with other people? And that's the way that we do it on our team. We are simply sharing what we're doing and how it's working, how it's fitting into our lives, how it's making us feel better, and then inviting others to join us. Because a lot of times it takes that invite for people to jump in. People aren't going to come to you because health and fitness it's a vulnerable thing. And people have some shame and some embarrassment sometimes. And it really takes you reaching out to them for them to say, you know what, okay, maybe I will try that. And so that's the fourth job requirement. And then, so as far as like how much time we put in, it really kind of varies depending on what you're looking for in the business. When you first start, I would say putting in like an hour a day, 5 days a week, however you can make that work. Doesn't have to be an hour all at once if you can't do it. For me, I work better all at once. That's why I get up early and I try to knock it all out. But you can do it in 10-minute pockets here and there, whatever. But just committing to showing up every day and putting in about an hour, 5 days a week will definitely get your business up and running, I would say.
For sure.
Yeah, go ahead.
And no, I think that's kind of the gist. Basically showing up, being consistent in your journey to then, welcome people into joining you. And another coach at Summit, she just said it so simply. Would you like to do this with me? Like that's what we're trying to do. Get people in to the community so they can see how amazing it is and they can get results as well. But our team is so fun and uplifting and we would love to have you join. So does anyone have questions at this point? If you don't want to talk, you can throw them in the chat. This is just like teaching virtually. Well, the next steps would be to whoever invited you here. If you're not signed up already, get signed up as a coach. And this is such an amazing time to start. We have, a huge launch of, an epic program right now. It's halfway through the year. People are kind of like scrambling to, get feeling good before back to school. And there's so many of us here to help you. It's for you to get started and to help mentor you as well. So get signed up and just start. Like this is not I got to know it all before I start. It is a learn as you go. And trust me, we are learning even still. To this day. And the other thing I want to say real quick, and then we'll wrap it up so we don't use up a lot of your precious time, but whether your transformation is physical, emotional, whatever, people want to see you in the transformation. They don't want to see the beginning and the end because all that stuff in the middle, that journey, that's where it's hard. And that's where people need to see, oh my gosh, I feel the same. Like I had a really bad day, or I ate a whole bag of Oreos too, but I kept going the next day, or whatever it happens to be. People want to see it. So don't wait until you get your transformation. Start now so that people can relate to you and see, the struggles and the successes, of course, along the journey.
Yeah.
So,
all right.
Any questions?
Thank you all so much for hopping on. It was great to see you. Definitely get in touch with whoever invited you to the call, and we hope you will be joining us soon. Bye, guys.